Rachel, and I'd like to welcome you back to Dating Advice for Guys. I'm sorry, but I just have to say a lot of guys just don't get it. Men and women have been together since Adam and Eve, but a lot of guys lack a basic understanding of women. Women are simply complex. We don't ask for much, just a lot of emotional support, but yet still be a man. I know you guys probably need some explanation, so here are your lovely ladies to elaborate. So the question is, what are the signs that a guy is approaching the friend zone, and how does he get out? Ladies, what do you guys have to say about this?
Don't put yourself in the friend zone. It's one that goes back to the hanging out. Hey, you want to hang out? That's not a date.
That's buddies.
You put yourself in the friend zone.
Because I hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't date you, but I hang out with you.
That's right.
Exactly right. A lot of times I get asked to hang out, and my response is sure. And then when the time comes to hang out, I'll be like, hey, just so you know, before we hang out later on tonight, I'm bringing, my sister's gonna come and join us, and I've got a friend that's in town, so we're all gonna hang out. Is that cool? And then suddenly he's not feeling well. And, so my response to that is, okay, so you need to be specific. If you want to take me out, if you want to spend one-on-one time with me, that's a date.
Yeah.
If you want to ask me out on a date,
True.
that's great.
It's
That's
true.
fine. But I think that guys use that as a protective mechanism so that if they get turned down, at least they're being turned down to hang out.
Yeah.
Not to go on a date.
Right.
Sure.
Don't think the friend zone is a bad place to be, because as she sees you as a good person and she really gets to get a sense of who you are, that might make her like you a lot more, and it can really develop into something great.
But I think it's important to be able to hang out with
Yeah.
him without any expectations. And on a date, that's what a date should be. I think you should be able to go on a date without any expectations. You should be able to pay for her dinner, take her somewhere wonderful, and not expect anything. And I think that's why guys get confused.
With the hanging out.
Yes.
Also, you can tell if you're starting to hit the friend zone if it sounds really, maybe this may sound really obvious to some people, but if she talks to you about other guys, and it doesn't even have to be like, oh my god, so-and-so is so fine, but if she's even like, oh, I've been hanging out with my friend Bob lately, or Jim, or Joe, Jack, whatever, or all of the above, that's a bad sign.
Okay, when a girl is into you and you are, you're making your way towards that intimate area and she touches you, it's more of she'll touch you and lean in. When you're in the friend zone, she'll touch you and lean out. And that is an indicator.
That's specific.
It is. Because like when you like a guy, you're like, and you lean in. When you're it's just your friend, you're like, you're funny, and you
Back
lean away.
away.
Or if it's more like if it's more of an aggressive touch, a hard
Yes.
touch, that's friend. But if it's
Subtle.
soft caressing
Yes.
touch, well,
Or
that's
if
a little
there's
different.
cupping of hand, that is usually an indicator, a positive indicator.
When you're in the friend zone, you should just take advantage of her as a friend in a positive way. Because she could give you some insight of maybe the things that you did wrong, or that she didn't like, or that she wasn't into. And as long as you don't take it personal, she might introduce you to some of her girlfriends.
I would just recommend that you make your intentions just clear. Be very, very clear. Don't ask to hang out. Ask the girl out for a date. If you have to use some sort of code, let's get together. That also implies it'll be just the two of you. The problem with hanging out, it makes you seem weak. It makes you seem indecisive, that you're not prepared to just make the commitment. And if you can't even commit to a date, then obviously you can't commit to anything else.
If you want to get out of the friend zone, step up and be a man and act like a man. Act like you would be in the relationship, so that way she looks at you, okay, I
She
could have.
perceives you as a viable male candidate.
Yes.
Exactly.
One way to get yourself into the friend zone is to go Dutch all the time. If you're going out with a girl and she always insists on paying for herself, it's because she doesn't want to owe you anything. Yeah, it's sad. But so if you really don't want to get into that friend zone, man up, take advantage of it, be the man and let her know that you got this, you're gonna take care of it.
But when it comes to a guy that I want to be with, I want a guy that I'm going to be safe, that I'm going to feel safe and comfortable. And that guy is decisive. He takes charge. He makes firm decisions. He says what he means what he says. Like, that is what all women are drawn to, that confidence. No matter if we like a sensitive man, when it comes down to it, we want a man who's confident and secure in who he
Definitely.
is.
If you're in the friend zone, take advantage. I'm sure you have a lot of girlfriends.
It's true.
And that's even a better way in for you. And
It's true.
Because you have a mouthpiece.
Exactly. Take advantage.
Take advantage of the
it's a-
friend zone. It is not necessarily a bad thing.